Alright, looks like this thing's on. I hope this is working. Sorry for kind of getting a little bit of a late start today. Had to get an email out before I started. Knew that was kind of important, so apologies. I'll try to get that chat room open here. Oh. But today we're drawing Comic Tropes in Beast Mode. If you guys watched the channel, this past Sunday, he did an episode where this happened. Yeah. I don't even know what to tell you guys. So I'm just going to have fun. Probably end up talking about my latest obsession, which is an 80s synth band, which is no surprise that I'm obsessed with it. But the twist is they're from the Soviet Union. Yeah. Their music isn't bad. Like I wouldn't put it like, up there with Depeche Mode or even Soft Cell, with Tainted Love. But they are definitely worth checking out. The name of the band's Alliance. A lot of their stuff is in Russian. Um, the Mario looking dude from the band, if you've seen the video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's got like these wraparound sunglasses and a cop hat on and a Hawaiian shirt. He's just bobbing along to the music while he plays the synth. He has a YouTube channel now. I've been like slowly going through like um, stuff that was done in English. Trying to get watch the Russian stuff with subtitles. There's the chat. You could probably hear me. Let me stop me. Let's see, pop out chat. So minimize this. Yeah. Let's get off of this so I'm not wasting my bandwidth. Because I only got so much of it, y'all. So now you guys can tell me things. Like, why is Dolph Lundgren there? That is something I gotta get fixed. Basically, they used to allow you to put in your own photo, and then they changed that to a premium service. But the last photo I put in was Dolph Lundgren. So everything's Dolph Lundgren now. Not a bad thing. But anyways. But yeah, so it's been nothing but me listening to Alliance lately. It's not a bad thing. They're, like I said, they are good. They're like you know, Aha or Talk Talk. I know they've been kind of you definitely listened to them recently because of because Talk Talk's lead singer passed away recently, and Aha was just covered by Weezer. Which oh, I appreciate the love Weezer's showing, for like the stuff that influenced them, and I really do appreciate that, Um, you can tell by the stuff that I draw, I'm all about, the nostalgia and whatnot. But as far as covers go, like, they're not very good. I mean, it's one thing if you're trying to, like, you're deconstructing the sound to be able to learn as an artist. But at this point in Weezer's career, they should be well past this. Like, this is what you do when you're 20. Um, that being said, I am doing a cover of an 80s cover album. So, but I've heard, trust me, it's not quite the same. It's very much uh, very much making the song of their own. I'll probably talk more about that. We're still working out what exactly that I'm doing, but we'll get that figured out. Now, don't get me wrong. I've actually been enjoying the Weezer videos to go along with the songs. Those are just wonderful pieces of kind of nostalgia. Um, Weird Al doing the Africa. But my feeling about Weezer's cover of it is, who needs Weezer's cover when you have Toto's? Because it's the exact same thing. Here's the thing: you're doing a live show and you really enjoy a song, and you do it exactly like, um, the original. I got no problem with that. That's because that's done out of love. Um, Maybe you close out a show with it or something like that. Maybe include it on an album. Like a live album. Not a big deal, right? Now, if you're going to actually go into the studio and cover it, make it your own. The example I always like to give is "Tainted Love" by Soft Cell. If you've ever actually listened to the original is a Motown song, and it's pretty good. I mean, like, I love Motown, so me saying it's pretty good isn't much, but it's not the greatest Motown song you'll ever hear. Soft Cell's version, though, just takes it up a notch. It really does. I mean, I'm not just talking about just um, that I love '80s synth music, but no, I mean, they really just took the song, they made it their own, they put their own unique spin on it, and honestly, kind of eclipsed the original. Now, I'm not saying every cover has to be better than the original, but if you're going to do a cover, make it your own. What drives me crazy about the Weezer songs, like, you're going to the studio to karaoke. Like I said, it's very different if you're performing something live versus going into the studio. It's two very different things. Yeah, this ain't coming out too bad. Some more covers I quite like. Moxie Fruvis actually did a lot of really good covers. Um, I'm not recommending you paying for the Moxie Rufus covers because their drummer is trash. But uh, the other three guys are decent people. So don't hold against what their drummer has done against the whole band. Just be aware of that. But you can find this all on YouTube. I highly recommend, if you can find it, their cover of Billie Jean. When you hear it, you hear that famous bass line. Do 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 do, and they play the synth part. Those little synth stabs. Bum 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 bum. That's all done on banjo. And when they get to the chorus, they throw in "Love Fool" by the Cardigans. Love me, say that you love me. Yeah, that one. Although what's even better is their cover of uh, "Dancing Queen" by ABBA, which you can also find on YouTube. I don't think they ever actually put that out on any releases. Neither of these songs. They did do "Psycho Killer." Which was not that different from the original, but again, it was a live album, so a little more forgivable, right? But the brilliance of their version of Dancing Queen is it starts off with the bass line from and acoustic guitar strumming of Wild Side by Lou Reed. So you hear the famous doom doom doom. The little jangly guitar over top of that. And then you hear them start singing a 4-part harmony. And then goes right into Friday night and the lights are low. Which is pretty slick, right? And they do a full cover of Dancing Queen. With while continuing the kind of bass line from Wild Side. They get to the bridge, they do the verse about Candy from Wild Side, singing that she is the dancing queen, which completely changes the context to Dancing Queen. Absolutely brilliant cover. But that's a little more of a medley, so I am a sucker for a good medley. Some other good covers to check out. Well, I mean, Istanbul by They May Be Giants is a cover. I always quite like They May Be Giants doing covers. It was a lot of fun. Alright. Get some shadow coming off of here. Okay. I don't know why, I'm just kind of picturing like this desert landscape. Get some mesas off in the distance, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten it out, use a mid-tone here. That kind of creates using the gray creates kind of a sense of atmosphere. Chiaroscuro, I believe, is what it's called. I screwed that one up. Let me know in the comments. Hey. That doesn't look too bad. Why don't I go in, since Tropes likes to do a lot of stuff with spots of gray, and I am all about kind of like people's styles. I'll switch the marker tool. Now let me just double check here. I'm going to actually go with a different layer here. We're going to drop the pencils. Now, what I'm thinking of? That'll do. All right. Okay, you know what? I think I need to go with a lighter gray. That's right. There we go. Now this is a very similar type pen tool to what Von Bode would have used with his colors. This is very similar to one of those big stinky magic markers that they don't make anymore because you can get high off of them. If you're not familiar with Von Bode, shame on you. No, Von Bode was a cartoonist from the 70s. He did work for Playboy. His artwork very much influenced a lot of the early graffiti artists. So if you like graffiti art at all, absolutely check out the work of Von Bode. He did some very unique things to promote his comics, like doing college tours where he would do these readings. And sadly, he passed away at the age of 27. His son is a very talented artist in his own right, and he has carried on his father's legacy. Met Mark several times. He's a very wonderful person. And he's a very talented artist in his own right. Of course, the one thing about it's hard to you can't help but compare Mark Bodie to his father, and I always hate this. But like Von Bodie was such a unique talent, and Mark Bodie is a good artist, just not quite as good as his father. If you're just comparing the two, but that's okay. He's not his father. He's not supposed to be his father. He's himself. So judge it on his, judge his work on his own terms. All right. I can't think of what else to do with this. Well, this was certainly fun. Oh, you know what? I actually is a little bit I can do. I can go in with the eraser tool here. All right, you know what? Let's go back up to my marker. That looks pretty good. It does get abstract when you do it like that. Anyways, I think that looks pretty good. I don't know why he's roaming the desert, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching. Sorry that was like a more incoherent ramble than yesterday. Yesterday I was like on point, I think. But yeah. Anything? Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'll have to check to see how my poll's doing. I think last time I checked, I only had one vote, and it was all for Luke Perry. Which is fine, because I did draw Keith Flint back in October, so, I don't mind drawing Luke Perry, even though Keith Flint's work is more influential and important to me than Luke Perry's, but either way, it's nice to remember him. So if I am drawing Luke Perry tomorrow, we'll have something to say. Until next time, keep being creative, y'all. Make some art. Peace.